Well, here we are again. It's 93 degrees. This one's starting at 3:30. I was like, man, oh. So all these numbers are just clues that the how intricate the whole creation is. I was like, could tell the videos apart just by the shirt I was wearing. So I was like, changing my shirt. I was like, well, how about for the 13th talk? There's the 12 disciples. This one will be shirtless, you know. It's the original getting closed off. Close you off from your senses. Uploading the videos, one by one, takes forever, and it's always the processing. It gets stuck at 99, and then it always asks you, is this for kids? Mari Orfield, love it. And I'm like, well, no, or I'm like, yeah, but no, because we're all kids and all that stuff. And but they're and then I was looking at the numbers on the first one. The megabytes was 144, so we know about that. And then there was one in there that got cut off, and that one was 7 minutes. And then the next one was, the rest of it was 33 minutes. So, oh, 7 senses got cut off from the 33. I was like, well, this Christ conscious idea has been out there, right? And it's always there. And I was like looking at that, and that's the frequency, 33 frequency for this Christ consciousness as it's coming in. So it's in the airwaves, ringing your bell. I noticed when it's happening, I'd be getting up, I'd have like 40, 50, bells, that little bell on Facebook. Who's ringing your bell? Your notifications. It just got real quiet, man, real quiet. Like a couple a day, and who's posting what, and so it's definitely all symbolic of all that. Let's talk about how do you get 51% majority of your Congress or your Senate, and it sort of just tapping me, like, tell them this a little bit more, like it want to come up and play and look this way. And it's like, okay, oh yeah, and it's 50-50 down the middle. So what is the decision point? Hit by a stick. But that's what is the living Christ point in all of this in life. That's the decider. That's the one playing the game. That's the free will. Free will hunting. So we got the ZZ Top show. Get the Z's out of your dome. Checking those gates. I just looked on there for a minute, and there's now it's like 12 people, and then 100 for the protest. So we know where that real protest is supposed to be, but so how does it spread? Well, one teaches 10, and then that 10 teaches their 10, so the numbers just go quick. Each one. That's the real pyramid scheme of how it spreads. But does it have to be these exact numbers? It's like, no, but it makes sense, thousands, like all the thousands and thousands in the Bible, and then just keep going up, and you got your million-man march. That's what it meant. That's what it was symbolic of. Everything in the government. See, I've seen that a couple of people now, Chris Manley and Athena, and it's like, yeah, that's the first step, man. Cut it off right there. That's that. You got to guard those bookends up there, so you can write your own book, but. That's exactly it. You can't really get anywhere until you get that straight. Someone said, I think I taught that in the other, but 40% of police have problems at home, domestic problems at home, and so still stay home. I saw John DePass, he's staying home, man. He's got it. So you're out there hustling, worrying about that government and working for it, and but the real ones are like your relationships. As we talked about that, it's right up in your grill. That's what's right up in your grill. So ringing that horn, you're ringing your incomplete ring with someone else, So those are the rings to test. That's the only ones. Those ones. Those are your tests, your relationships in your life. I was gonna say Matt Hoppy and I, thinking like just drifting back, just go up in there, try stuff. I was like, oh man, this grenade, gonna blow up. And we both we looked at each other, man. I don't know if you remember. We're like, what the fuck we do? And we both took off. But then I running away. My little brother Doug was by the gas can, so I was like, I had a moment there. I had to make a decision, I was like, if it blows up, I got to go back and get him to protect him. And I was like, well, what if it blows up? I'm gonna get hurt. And then I was like, well, I was weighing all that. It's like an eternal moment. So I was like, well, if he gets hurt and killed and I ran away, I can't live with that. So, so that moment was, I went back and nothing happened. Fire went out. So fire down below, there's sexual stuff. Those are, to work on your ring, you can just do that on your own and go back up in there. And I was like, porno for pyros. Like, that guy, what was Jane's addiction, really about? I traced my, pornography history. So start out, first thing was, two girls touching each other, but then you get bored of that, and you went up, moved on until you get into the British Broadcasting Corporation and what that other one is there, that BBC, and little petite white girls, and that was my attraction. So it's like, pulled it up. When I saw interracial couples out there, it bothered me. Like, that's how hooked I got on that whole idea, So you can't just say, as soon as you say I'm not a racist, you're a racist. You already lost the argument. You believe in racists. You try and tell someone else how they're supposed to feel. If it's like you're testing it out on them, you're throwing that shit out on the stage because you want to see it come back. You're like me over here. So one day we had our little magazines in the woods, So I'll go out down there by myself, a little privacy. And sure enough, I don't have fire and gasoline, and it spilled over and caught the woods. Like, I saw these big flames. Man, I hooked up on out of there. This was probably 7th grade, I don't know. I'm running through the woods. I'm like, oh, I'm going to burn down the whole woods. It's going to spread to the city. It's going to burn the town down. And then they're going to find it, and they're going to find the pornography. I was like, oh, I hope that gets burnt too. Maybe, I'm running. These thoughts in your head. I ran out into the field, and there was a church, and there were people coming out of the church. I was like, oh, they got me. So what's the symbolism there, Well, I walked back home, and kept looking, waiting for the big fire. Nothing. So fire down below, work out, where that is. Porno for pyros, crazy. So yeah, just things you think, like that joke everyone hears, like, guys don't pay prostitutes for sex, they pay them to leave. It's anything that's funny is because there's a little bit of truth in it. I was running my tapes back, where did that happen? And I was down in Ecuador 2002, before I'd had the germ theory thing figured out, and that's my first black girl. And she's from her profile, she was like beautiful, African queen in my mind, big dreads, and straight on, she was a little bit intimidating. And so she was getting up to leave in the morning. She asked me for money, and it triggered all my bells, right? Like, she's a prostitute, and you look up that stuff real close at it, the difference where the transaction's going down, and down there it's like, well, sort of a prostitute, it's all blurred together. Or I thought these were all these categories, or she's a prostitute, but I was freaking out, man. I had to take I was on a bus ride, I'm just looking, scared myself shitless, man. Like, I manifested something. I thought it was there for a second. Like, that's just the power of belief. And, if you believe something, it's boom, you manifest it. I had to get of course, nothing happened. Doesn't exist, right? Then people always say, well, what about the chancres and syphilis? Oh, I was like, went back. I was like, yeah, I had that too, I was 19, kind of snuggled up with this girl, but she had her chastity belt across, man. She wasn't letting anybody in that case. But you know how it is. You try, and then you say, oh, I'm just going to go to sleep. But Try again and again. That night was like again and again and again. It's a lot of friction, you know. And I had to go to a football health exam, pull your pants down. And, you know, right there I went to, you know, I was like, oh, I know what, he didn't care. You know, he didn't flinch, you know. But here I was all aware, but yeah, cellular destruction, it's going to leave a lesion. So pay attention to where that is. We don't have fears of that, I hope, but you might have to tell someone about that stuff. You know, it's just an idea that you manifest in your head. That's what I've been letting go, you know, seeking that out. Well, I guess I'll tell this one, but I just kept seeing purple. So it was like purple ink is for royalty. All the colors mean that. Don't use a black pen if you're all into that. And but then I saw it splash purple. For me, I'd forgotten about this story. Well, because it was blacked out. If I was up in Northwestern, if that's going to be my next grad school, it's purple and white, and college friends. We had to go to a party, like dress up, and it was $50 a person. And you had to have a date, so they found one for me, and I was expected to pay for my date. So I'm like, damn, maybe I'll get a kiss, you know, out of it. And so we go to the party, and my date, she's leaving. She's gone. Done. Like maybe one glass of wine. I'm like, what? I paid. So I was pissed, man. I was ringing my rings, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. I was drinking and eating and drinking and drinking, and there was, man, the nice white leather couch. It was a nice party, man. Like nice. But I had it in me. I mean, all over the place, man. Just over that white couch, and I was like, oh, now they'll get it. They'll get their comeuppance, and but that was it. The moment I saw it there, that they didn't care about the couch. They cared about me. They were just worried about me. So I was, and like I had like one more minute, you know, like cleaned up in the bathroom, but I blacked out after that. But I kept watching, and you know, I stumbled out on the street, and like another cab driver, an African American cab, you know, a copper-colored brother, man. We're all brothers. The little information I had, he got me home or to their apartment. So I remember waking up in the morning and what happened? You know, it wasn't that bad, and I was worried about my pants. It's my favorite pair of pants. But it's funny how I cared about those pants, how that went down. So really, just anywhere in the thread you want to swing up in there, get that memory, and just tune that up, because with the whole ring, Christ consciousness is coming in. CC, Carlos Castaneda, that's what it was all about. Because once your ring is solid, you know, you don't put yourself in bad situations. Get your stories. You know, I don't even look to see what the weather is going to be, because we know who controls that, really. You know, it's a HARP and weather modification there. You're putting your fear out there. Does that even exist? What do you really know about that, really? Except what we see and what we fear, and it'll keep coming at you. The chemtrails, and just didn't say anything, like well, just another cue, another thing to goad us, promote us, you know, tell them spray the skies with cobwebs in that Bible, and you know, that's probably all that is. It's God just being creative enough to reach us, reach you, through you. It wants to play through us, with us. It is us. So we all play together, and that's up. You know, what's up? Where your Z's at? Are they up? What's up? Yeah, way up, out. Someone had to picture this. Like, it's just like, it's a guy trying to test you. You know, if you still have that judgment in your eye, you know, it's like just, you know, obese. I hate white people. She's white and all wrapped around. Well, it's still your lesson. So you still think there's white people, then that's the lesson. Do you hate yourself? You know, that's all that these things are. And expect them to get more crazy if you want to look at them. You can test yourself with it, but look at it and sit with it and find out where the hate is, because that's what that test is. And now we know that it's purpose. It's on a purpose test. It's all purposeful. Are there people out there like that? It's a pretty tight acting comedy set, man. You know, the actors, the 7s, 8s, and 3s, we got all that. But yeah, we'll just keep getting more bizarre is that we wake up. It's because we don't need it. We got our own TV, all that stuff up in that head. So finding those holes in the ring, you can do that through your memory to rewrite time, like literally and figuratively. So I was reviewing yesterday's talk, and then there it was, my sister calling on the phone, all, So my mom's, she went through some episodes in the last few years, so what do you want to call it, vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, and it's all one disease, but it got her real good. I mean, I'll go into more of that later. So there's just so much. It was one of the situations where I was like, this has got to stop. This has got to change. And, it did. It did. So we have that manifestation powers. You can see it. But I never got the keys because I was still breaking that golden rule. Also, someone said, oh, man, you want to get 100 people together? He's like, we're going to go grilling in my backyard. So some of it's good, but then some of it's bad, right? Yeah, good, get together, but don't eat each other. And you're still fighting and stand up to the government, taking your cues from them. But she got out last night. She escaped from the house. My sister escaped, see? But walked out. Last time she got out, she just walked down to the park, and I went over, picked her up, but nothing this time, nothing. 6 o'clock last night. And I was like, well, what would I do? People like, don't you care? I was like, I'm staying in my singularity, between my bookmarks. That's what I'm getting answers now. Like, what would you do? So I was like, Amber Alert, right? Boom. And they're like, oh, do it through the police. It's got the Amber Alert and all this stuff. And what's more amazing? She was found this morning walking kind of far away. She I'll get all those details, but yeah, she was like walking all night long. But I guess on the highways, those signs that were blinking her name. Like, I said, this is a good test of this technology. It's just the way your perspective shifts on it all. I would get pissed. Go home, stay home, COVID alive, keep Ohio safe. But you got to shift through that, sit with it. Now I'm like, yeah, get everybody. But yeah, my mom was a character, so I knew it was going to be epic, whatever it was. And so, but the rings are it's the one you're ringing with. Those are the main rings. They're going to be the hardest. I'm getting that. Get out of here! And I looked at my face on one of the talks. I didn't remember what I was looking at, but I saw that it was kind of scary, because your part of your subconscious knows what it requires, to self-examine your everything, self. Maybe just don't want to do that, or they need help. I think they would just need help. Like, maybe not. Who knows? Can only help ourselves. One question was like, why did I miss all this before? Well, obviously it's the golden rule, but people who claim to be religious, I was in Notre Dame Church, 1996, and it's powerful, man, because it was an old building, right? And the frankincense and the gold, and I was like, yeah, I could see how someone could go for this. But what was the last step that was required? To be required was to take a leap of blind faith, right? Because you don't know. Because you don't want that. You just gave it away, right? You're like, oh, maybe. Oh, and then you're singing with the choir, but who's leading that? And you're in the wrong place. And, you want to take a leap with your eyesight, with your third eyesight. That's what I needed. Blind Don Juan to jump off of cliffs kind of stuff, man. I want to, feel it. That's what you feel it. You can't deny it, It's always good to clear up a little bit of biblical confusion, because I've read it, all parts of it, enough. It's like, well, when the mob comes around, they go house to house, but the mark of the beast is a dead lamb on the. What a dead lamb! It's like, what? I'm sick. Like, people might go kill a lamb for what? Because in Eden, lion lays down with the lamb, right? There's no violence. So it's just a symbology that you got a lion. Your lion is in your chest. And in your head, you got that mark of the beast right up in your head. That's all it's testing. That's all we, you know. That's the real requirement for this voice, the choir. So now we know what that is. It's, all the other Rob Skiba and all those. This is the right one over here. And then what about this book? And these happened. And you shake it off. Shake it off. What do we do? Shake it off. It's all happening all the time, every moment in your life. Fallen angels. It's every decision that you make. Did you fall away from grace? Do something in the samadhi, that's breaking that rule. So that's Eve biting the apple, and the angel came down. I mean, right up in your singularity, eternally, is right up there all the time. So you don't have to worry about how many fallen angels. I read that in Enoch, and it's like, damn, we'll get conspired and do this together. And part of that sounds exciting, right? And that's basically what this is. We came down here to experience it and help ourselves ultimately. So we are the fallen angels that fell down here. It's the fall of man that came down here. And so that's one leap. You're trying to figure out when all that happened. You don't have to now, because it's here. That's it. It is it. It is itself. So that song by Carly Simon, down here, down here, if you don't know that, you are being selfish. But you think this song is just take that song, run it through, bounce it up. It is all about you. Every little detail of your life, Go back there and get a couple more pieces, and then play those pieces out here. So that's how we tune up. That's just all we're doing now, is just tuning up. 10 by 10 by 10. So yes, 13th talk. If this is good, or always take what's good. Make sure it's good. It's the discernment, right? That's the process that's going on with all this. So, someone asked me what they want to believe coffee's bad, and kill you. Coffee, really, coffee. Well, I was like, all right, I'll sit with it, and went back to all my experiences with coffee. I didn't drink coffee until I was 27, because I was in graduate school, and I didn't sit alone in my apartment, like dope, It's like, go to the coffee shop, be around people, right? Original commerce. But to be there, don't be a weirdo, gotta buy coffee. So I started drinking coffee. Drank it off and on, here and there. And, for over a year, I switched to tea and lemon. So it's just a ritual. I just like having hot. That thing. It's a stimulant. Everything is a stimulant. Everything. Except air, maybe. That's a requirement. But I didn't notice any differences. And I was in Costa Rica, and I was like, man, that's really good coffee. I was like, don't deny your sensory pleasures. So I started drinking it again. But we know now that it's 50% placebo, and the other half, 50% nocebo. Well, if you think it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. That's how powerful we are. So just make sure you're not breaking the law if you enjoy it. So that's when Elaine from Seinfeld jumped in. What does it mean? Whatever the fuck you want it to mean. That was the truth. That stuck with me, That's really, someone's asking you what, it's all right, wanting to take directions from you to tell them what to do. They need to be told what to do. So it really does mean whatever the fuck you want it to mean. That's what the manifestation is all about. It's that powerful. So this whole thing is just finding that gold sparking that's always watching everything in you, through you, all that stuff. But that's the part of you that, wants to play, get things right, and it's getting excited. I was watching that one on Sunday, and I'm watching it, and I got scared, man, because I almost lost the middle part. The transmitter just wanted to come out and just start talking. Channeling God, maybe. It's coming from somewhere. All these numbers and but the blind faith, blind melon. That's what that band was all about. So then all their songs make sense. Went to Blind Melon concert in '93 at the Newport. Their new '93 Blind Melon was was blind though, was me. And they were even like, go down the street and watch this band. You won't regret it. And of course, I was drunk, tired, and I thought about it. It was Smashing Pumpkins. They weren't even that big, right? So let's listen to a few of those last night. Touched me in college, some of those songs, like deep, man. But now to see who was singing. They were singing it for me. So the things that they've been your characters to put the car they're acting out on the stage. So they may go off the wheels now, but that's just to test if you still need them, you know. If they start getting all scary and weird, you know, just telling you that you can take the wheel because it's not scaring you and you know the game, right? Dina should tell our story. Dina and I fell in love. We've never even had a conversation, you know, like, but we're still ringing rings, you know. So like, you know, that the force interceded right in the moment. You know, something happened. You know, it wasn't the right. You know, still more pieces to the puzzle to play and get that ringed out. But it's you know, it's not easy, but we have the techniques to work with. You know, stay right up in your head, but when you do that, the other person, they're looking for your reaction because they're used to it. It's like that's a real test. You know, it's like, what? Who comes up on Jesus? It's like the media stuff is easy. Oh, that's just the representation, not on the play or on the stage, but the other stage, the real one, is the ones right up in your ear. But they're trying to test you because they're used to that. But they're to hone your intellect, right? Your 33 Christ consciousness frequency. So yeah, and all that, man. You know, this was built by Freemasons and all, but yeah, just gotta own it. Maybe we need a new name for that. That's too scary for us. Like, we just rename it to what works for us. So anyway, I mean, trillions of stories to go through, but those were the ones that I had done, you know, yesterday and today. I think that's where we're going. So this is the 13th file on, right? 6/9. What's today? June 9th. And it's the 13th talk. It's like, wow. Yeah. So cool. So we're getting there. And Elrod, I don't know if he's on there yet, but I might be coming up there soon, man. I'm getting chased out of my town. But you gotta start moving, man. It's in the book. So now we enjoy the ride, and then we just spread it, you know, just get to be one of my 10, and these will be up there. It's a lot of hours, but man, it's like I didn't really know what was coming through me and why, and I wasn't aware of why. And it would make sense, you know, right? Because we're not waiting for Jesus to come down from the sky. It could only reach us through us. It's creations. Of course, it would come down. That's where anything ever really happens, right? So that's the hard one for me, man. Trying all that history and figure out this, and we don't really know. You can't know for certain unless you were like right there, you know. And it overlaps. You know, there's no. It's all flown together. That's why it's so hard to make these categories of things, because when you look up close, they don't really exist. It's just an illusion for this play this game. I went to a conference in Germany, ABCs of heuristics, but that's what God was interested in. Like, well, how do humans do this categorization? So yeah, I went down that whole path looking for the answers up there, and I'm like, okay, that's all wrong. And so I looked all over here in the spiritual realm and what was missing there, and so my next circle over ring has come back through. Because nothing comes from nothing. Everything in that world of academia is that God will reach right up in there and take you right up to the surface, right? You're like, you can't reach through the mirror glass. So I got to make some more peace with all that part of my life, what that was really for. Because I said, oh, they were, trying to trap me and all that, but it's just part of God's mind. And that this is the times to revisit every little thing, until that what's ringing between your ears is you get the keys to write that story. Be the morning glory, but that's what's involved. That's how you do it. That's anyone else was just telling me, come on, just believe it. It's not. We're not the first. Yeah, people have figured this stuff out, and this is what they were saying. But I wish I did know the golden rule. I just didn't apply it. I was too addicted to my habits. I knew it was bad to eat animals, and I tried, and I got sick. I said, oh, did all that, but then I got that tool on the way up. So just examine your life and what would be holding you back. Just sit on it and sit with it, and you'll see different aspects of it. Because there's only one us in here, and we can only do so much. But yeah, it's like blackouts. I can go back and see something takes over, right? It's called a blackout, right? Probably go up to singularity. There's no memories being made of that, because God just saving itself in your chambers. It's chambers. It's just another magical process of how this all works. My stepmom yelled at my dad. They're splitting up. And said, don't you remember all your blackouts? He's like, no. I was blacked out. Oh man, this is some funny stuff. So yeah, we'll put this one on the capstone. Oh, what's that mean? Yeah, it's the capper. So all I see now. It's not right. It's the mind that when the one becomes the two. It's the first step. These are all magic. Testing. It's one, right? It's not some other thing. It's testing the numbers when they go into each one. That's what the testing for. So this is the proving. The temple was built, but it had to be, honed, polished stone. People be born perfect. Just don't worry about all that. It's not part of it. You got your stone, and we're building our pyramid scheme, the real one, 10 by 10 by 10. Watching the show a little bit, I'm like, all right, I think it's like Biden. Okay, what? Keep your hemispheres by on two separate spaces, and they got to keep playing that game for your corpus callosum. So the game will go on for those who manifest it. So we don't have to worry about that. Our only thing now is just to share this message. It face to face tells you that too. It's the only way it really goes down, because the one on the TV through here is going to start morphing, just to test it. It's just the last test to make sure that you're true. So expect it from your family members. I was like, dang man, why would you be in the same family and the same? It's my sister, and it's just going to make her freak out. And so, well, maybe that's the personality clusters, soul clusters that we come down in. It's part of that for us to help each other to do that. So coming in to just help your father, everything's, it's all of it. So got the golden fleece comes back together, but that was the one. So you can hear that ringing in your ears, and it's the 5G towers. You think it's out there, something bad to get you, but there's no mistakes in this master plan. Be flashing lights on the highway. For my mom, I was like, that is just so awesome. Well, she's safety back home. See what happens over there, but love talking to you guys for sharing this. We were waiting we were on Facebook for something, man. Faces, that's what it was. It was a book of faces. Literally, that's what it was. We're just like, Zuckerberg's getting me, but you still were looking. Yeah, we all were. So just appreciate that, you know. Sush out all that other stuff. Help your friends sush it out. Get their heads clean. And look forward to the manifestation, the good one, finally. All right, much love, everybody. So I'll do something there on the YouTube with the 13 chapters, and you know, I've been watching the other ones. Like, you can see the progress. I had doubts, man. I'm still scared of shit, man. I just knew I had to start speaking, hum that shit out, like. But you know, it's clear, man. It's like this time, it's time, you know. Do something, because I wasn't going like, oh, I'm gonna go create something. Then I'd be worried about if people liked it. I'd be ringing that wheel, right? And that would stop whatever. And I'd be disappointed that we don't forget about all that stuff. Children's games. Is it for children? Is it for kids? Well, yeah. So we can all be protected. You know, different colored shirts. Okay, faces. Good to see the faces. Those are the ones we can trust. Look them in the eyes. I shook his hand and looked him in the eye. Yeah, that was what it was about. Silly. We gotta find this magic book over here. A piece of it. It's all pieces. Even in those moments with something like, oh, I got it right then. Go back and relive that one again. So there's a lot, you know, you get more. This whole library, these years up here, the experiences, you know. Go remember my blackouts now. Alright, it's just wild on. Okay, I love everybody. Love. Look forward to meeting in the public spaces and protesting our government. No, we already got this dummies. That's for dummies. But we got a responsibility to whisper in their ears now. They'll get it quick. I've noticed that. Just because they're looking. They're lulling them back to sleep right now, but that's for us, for our time, to get our armor on, armored up, so we have it. It's not. We know that's not what it's for. They're not going to actually do that. They might put it on a play just to scare it a little more. The New World Order is us, right? We know that. So if that was scaring you, fuck that New World Order. See what you're really saying right there. What you're really saying. Because from what it really is, your creation. I mean, think about, well, your body was from a single cell, from the mind of God, heart, right? We are. It's to enjoy itself. Makes its creations. If it wants to make them 6'9", I don't know, 6'10". But I'll sign off on this one. Look forward to meeting everyone again. All right.